13 state lawmakers could be in big trouble. The Georgia Ethics Commission filed complaints against them, saying they broke campaign finance laws, in some cases taking illegal campaign contributions. It's illegal to take campaign contributions during the legislative session, and some of the donations were above the legal limit. A woman in Maine got 500 letters from the same sender within just a few days. United Healthcare confused her address with the state of Maine's Department of Health and Human Services. The letters were in regards to her son. Basically the same letter over and over again. You see the fat stack there. A $54 claim was denied for her son, and they were letting them know. But here's the kicker, though. A statement at the bottom of the letters encourages people to go paperless. Practice what you preach. Hey, J-Lo and Shakira will bring the heat to the Super Bowl 54 halftime show.